first off, let me just start off by saying I hope this is completely confidential, you know. Through the confidence of a friend, I'm asking this to be like, I will get my throat slit for this, so hopefully there's no like cameras or anything. You know, so it starts one night, me and Dave, you know, we're hanging out, smoking on some dubs, you know, the usual things, having a few drinks. We get to the store and for some reason I started to feel, you know, like lightheaded or something, you know. I didn't know what the deal was, but as soon as I got out of the truck and I was standing right, you know, at the door of the store, really, I started to feel this. So I don't know. I kind of had this funny feeling going into the store, and we get in there, and you know, I'm wobbling around a little bit. You know, it seems like someone, you know, knocked my lights out, basically. But you know, so I'm just kind of following Dave around, and we get the pop, we get the ice, and we get up to the counter, and you know, there's this kid standing there, and I think, you know, it was obviously the shopkeeper's son or whatever, but he was standing there, and out of the ordinary, he kind of just said something, and I don't think I really even heard him, really, you know, or it didn't set in originally, I should say, and basically, you know, we leave, and as soon as I leave the store, I feel better about myself, you know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm, you know, seasick or whatever, you know, so we leave the store, and we get back in the truck, and, you know, Dave kind of looks at me, and he's like, you know, remember what that kid said? You know, and I'm like, you know, not even thinking. I'm like, what kid? He goes, you know, the little Irish kid in the store. I go, no. And he goes, well, he said, I know who you are. I know that you guys are in the People's Coalition for the Advancement of Heterosexual Butt Munchers. And I didn't hear that originally, but it shocked us because we are a secret order. I mean, we kind of, sometimes we hang out with the Masons, the Freemasons, you know what I mean? Like, that's how down low we are. Anyways, you know, I'm choked at this point, you know. I don't even want to go back and, you know, I don't even want to go smoke weed with that guy anymore. You know, not to say it's his fault or anything, I wasn't feeling it that night. I had to go home, you know. I was shocked, basically. You know, if this got out, that a group like the People's Coalition for the Advancement of Heterosexual Butt Munchers, if that got out, I mean, fuck, you know. So I go home and I start, you know, racking my brain. I'm doing thinking brainstorming. I'm doing all sorts of different kinds of elements of thinking. And I can't figure it out. And then basically it kind of hits me, you know. It hits me. I start thinking, you know, is that Irish kid who was at the meeting last week, you know, down at the Boys and Girls Club? I was like, no, it couldn't have been him, because that was my friend's cousin. So there's no way it could have been this kid, you know. This kid was Irish, you know. He was Irish. As far as I could tell, you know, he was an Irish kid, and I couldn't understand why. You know, I'm at home, I'm getting baked, I'm thinking, you know, and I just start wondering, you know, like I remember someone told us a month ago, you know, hey, People's Coalition for the Advancement of Heterosexual Butt Munchers, watch out, you're being watched right now. You know, I'm like, by who? And he said, you were being watched by the now defunct Iraqi Republican Guard. And I was like shocked that these guys were down, you know what I mean? Like they wanted to get inside of our heads and find out how our group worked, you know, and I was a little flattered, really. But I started thinking, you know, the mustaches, the tacky decals in their cars, and I knew these guys were like me just for that reason. And later I found out that that little Irish kid was a spy. He was a spy. He wasn't Irish at all. And it just goes to show you that you really gotta watch yourself out there, and you gotta know who you're letting into your clique, you know, because things can change so quickly, and some people are Irish and some people aren't, you know. And